Hello everyone, welcome to the Engineering Projects YouTube channel. My name is Junaid Shahid and in this video we are going to deploy our code first time. So in the last video we have worked on the identity management system. We have learned about the structure, we have learned about the table structure and how its actual work and what are the relationship dependency. In this video we are going to authorize our whole application. So whatever the client side, we are making it separate layer, and what is on the admin side, we are making that a separate layer with the help of authorize annotation. So what we will do, we will see all those controllers which are the part of the admin panel or restricted for the end user. We will use their authorized annotation, data annotation, or in technically we say them the authorize filter. When we will add that filter on controller, then user is not able to access them without having a login credentials. Now it's time to create credential part, so only authorized user can access your application. I know we have just built the blog page and we will move forward to develop the individual post page after this authorization and authentication, but we need to display our product to end clients. So we are going to deploy this code into Azure. I have an Azure account in which I will utilize the free service of Azure app and then deploy the code. We will also going to create a database for our application as required. So we are going to deploy this with the help of web deployer, which is available in Visual Studio. So it is really simple step. You just have to follow this video throughout the end and then you will be able to deploy any web application to Azure with a free account. You don't need to pay anything. You just have to pay once a 1 month subscription. With the help of that you will get 12-month free of cost subscription of web app service and database, which you can utilize for your open source project and to display that to your targeted audience. So let's start it with this video. Keep tuned. So this is our code, and if I will execute this, some of parts are accessible to the end client anonymously, and we have to restrict that. So each user have to log in into our application to access our modules. Like if someone have to post something, he have to enroll in our application. So before this, let's execute the application, and here you will see how it reflects. Now the whole application is executing, although we also need to deploy this application to Azure, and for that we need to migrate our database directly with the Azure database. We will do that later on in this video and cover that steps, but first of all, our first phase of this video is to make everything authorizable. Like only this page is accessible to the end client. Everyone can access this over the Azure URL, but the rest of the things like the post page, like this is the pages controller and stuff like if we go on the pages like this. So here we have the pages. Let's access this. So this is authorized, only this is authorized. You have to log in to access the pages because of this annotation or authorize filter. But what about the rest of the things? Let me copy this. The rest of the things which are the part of the admin area, like what is appearance, okay, we have to see that, and we have to see what are the parts which we have to make server side. So this part is appearance, is nothing yet. So we can utilize them into the future. And here we have dashboard, which is still open and not authorized yet. The dashboard, which is also nothing. We have home controller, which is not authorized yet, so we have to use home. So this is our main page. Okay, make it anonymous. Page is already authorized. Then we have post category, which should be authorized, so we will move on this and place on this. Then we have to add its relative application domain or namespace, relative namespace. Okay, it's authorized. Now we have to use that here too. So this is also authorized. .NET Core authentication. This page is also be authorized. So if you have knowledge of this code and you are watching this series from starting, so you know what are the actual URLs you can access if I will publicly deploy this application. Okay, so I don't want to mess with my tools if you know them. So for precaution, I'm going to add authorize for each and every controller, so you are only able to access the home page until you will get registered into the application. So let me do that so you will not get any kind of error. And we are about to finish the part 1 of this video. Okay, so the rest is the cool thing. Now we have successfully authorized our application. Now when someone tries to access any of these pages, he have to log in into our application like this. If I will go for the pages, someone have to log in into our application. So this is the login URL. So what we will do, we will add that into here, into somewhere we add the URL here, so you can log in into the application. Or either I am just not adding the login page, but whenever you try to access something, you have this URL to make sure that you are a part of the system. And after that, when you have a login, you are unable to access the application. For example, let's try that. Okay, the column name, this is not valid yet. Okay, like sign in name, blah blah blah, login, we have failure over here. So we need to check this, what actually happening here, and we need to improve that before deployment. Okay, this part, and we are adding them to this result. Okay, so we need to check our application user model. This is it, and we are adding this, and it is not a part of this. So what we will do, we will add migration, that we are adding this as a part of our system. So go to build, or here we have tools, Nugget Packet Manager and Packet Manager console. In the console we are going to add that this is part of our migration. So add migration this name and hit enter. Now it will create the whole migration process, which is a bunch of code and executed when we deploy this application. Okay, now there is no username here and there stuff. Okay, so we need to add that manually into the database, or either we can remove that to prevent these errors. Okay, let's try to log in into the application again, and also I will open this instance to check that either I have a login into the application or not, or either I have to register by myself. Okay, one thing more, whenever I will deploy this application and you try to log in or you register first, you have to confirm your email address. You cannot log in into the application before successfully confirm your email address. So you have to do that. Okay, let me explore the database. So only that database is available for us. So what I will do, I have .NET users in my database. I will show you. It's on the second screen. So yeah, it's loading. So right here you can see we don't have the column name available. That's why it's giving us the error. Secondly, there is no record available, so I have to register first and then I have to log in. So whatever I will do pages, and now I have to register first. So register as a new user, blah 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 blah. For example, TEP@xyz.com, and this is the password, and register. Okay, at least one digit. Okay, so we have TEP1 as this. Okay, process request. Yeah, the name default is registered. Yeah, the email provider is not configured yet, but if we go here, the user is available but email is not confirmed. That's why the user is not able to get login into the application. Like this, you are not able to log in into the application. Okay, now we try to go for pages. Okay, it's allow us to access the application as an admin panel. Okay, so we are logging into the application without email confirmation. Okay, logout enable, no access denied, and you are able to log in into the application. So these are the controls which you can follow. But what I will do, I am going to restrict the registration process right now. You are not able to register in this application. Okay, because there are a lot of flaws which we have to cover before enable the registration and login process. So what I will do, I will remove this stuff. I will not able anyone to get registered into the application. Only the already enrolled person can log in into the application. So this is just to make sure that you have knowledge of this thing available on our application. Rest is the thing is the home page which is available. And in the next videos, what I will do, I will configure the whole user management system and make it online so you can register into the application and interact with that. Until then, you are just able to learn about how I am going to deploy this whole application into Azure and how I am going to deploy the database. Until then, you have just this part. Okay, so what I will do, I will go for, first of all, I will remove the record. So when the database is get registered, no one is able to do anything with this. Okay, delete from. Okay, record is removed. Now I don't have to be worried about this. Next, I have to visit the registration page. And in the registration page, what I will do, instead of going to registration, I will directly redirect everyone to a separate page. Okay, simply just return them to here or stop, and you can use that. There are redirect available. See, this is the local redirect. They can be redirect directly to the return URL. So no one is now unable to register into the whole application. Okay. Now the next part is that we have to publish our application to Azure. Okay. What we will do, we will just right click here and click on publish. And then we have to select what kind of publish we are going to do. Right now I am using the Azure service, so that's why I will click on app service, or we are developing this application on ASP.NET Core, so we can also deploy that on app service Linux. But I will go for the app. If you have virtual machine, you can select that. ISS for local, you can do that. You can publish the whole code into the folder. But this is the app service. Now I'm going to create a new app service. If you want to do another stuff like advanced setting, like what is the framework, what is the target deployment mode, and stuff like that, you can do that. So this is the debug mode. We are not going to release this application yet. Okay, this is the dependent framework, and there is no database connection yet available. Okay, and blah blah blah, and save this. Now create a profile. Now a new profile is generated, in which you have to select what kind of subscription you are going to do. So I have as pay as you go dev test stuff. Okay, the project is this. Okay, the engineering projects. Now we can call this TEP, so it will be good. TEP WP. Okay, that's good. Now we have to create another resource group, which is TEP, especially for this. The new hosting plan. The new hosting plan is the free one. Okay, the size is free one. The application side, I don't need that. I have to create SQL database also. So I will create, this is the DB server is required, so I create a new database server, which is WB server. This is the server name, blah blah blah. Okay, so the server name is TEP. The admin password is required. Okay, so this should be something secure. And this is our SQL server. Now the server is ready. Now this is here's the connection name, default string, blah blah blah. Save that. Now a database is also attached with this stuff. Now when I click on create, it is start deploying the whole application. Going to database server, create that first, then create a database, then create hosting service, then create the app service, then create connection with hosting service and database, which we have created now. And after creating the whole combination of the life cycle, we are unable to publish our application to Azure and on a live environment. And right after this, you are successfully done with the deployment part. Rest of the things are you just need to click on the publish button, which will available after deploying of step 1, 2 and 3 and so on. And then we click on publish, and all the codes which is available in my solution is uploaded to Azure. Okay, now our application is ready to get deployed. I just need to click on now this publish button, and this is the actual URL which will be open there. Okay, so right now this is our application URL which is available for deployed. Just click this and each and every code is get uploaded there. You will now see how the outputs look alike. This is all the verbs available. So as you are deploying, the whole code will be uploaded into the application of Azure. Okay, after a few time later, when I refresh this link, or it will automatically get open after the completion of the publish of the code, and it will be available on this link, and you can check that how our developed website look alike in the real environment. And via this you can develop your applications and upload it into the freeware Azure portal with the help of free app services, and you have to go through the development subscription, which will allow you to use a less packaged version of each and every service, so you can do the stuff in cheap for the development purpose and study and educational related stuff. So remember that this is not for the production version. This is for the educational purpose and development, testing and debugging, so on. So don't use this stuff for production. It can be cause of any damage to you. So this is just for the educational purpose. If you have to utilize this for the production purpose, then you have to purchase the subscription of as you pay as you go. Because I have the free version of subscription because I have a development environment, so that's why I use a free one. So even that you can utilize the paid versions of services in your freeware setup. You just have to scale them and you have to pay as you use. So it is now uploading. Each and every file is get uploaded to the Azure hosting, and when this is completed, we just have to refresh this page. Now you can see site is under construction. Now each and everything is uploading there. Right after it's uploaded, everything is empty. We have to populate the information. What I mean you have to sync your database with them. And how you can do that? You have to go to View and Server Explorer, and then here you have to explore your Azure databases. These are the app service SQL databases, and now I will explore my databases and then connect the relative database, compare the schema, compare the data definitions, and export your all the data. So we have this there, and what we will do, instead of opening this, we go for the local SQL Server Object Explorer, use the local DB and sync that. So this is our, okay, it is opening now, and here we have this, the engineering project. Right click here, data comparison, and a data comparison screen open in a while. Until then you can see that it's saying that swapping development environment blah blah blah. Okay, yeah, we have to add this variable into the app service, which I will let you know later on in this video. But we have to compare our data. So this is database comparison screen lookalike. You have to select what kind of database you have. And this is your database service. Yeah, this is, you have to write the password and connect. Okay, yeah, add that into my portal. Okay, now it's connected. Now it will do comparison of database and data available on Azure and database data available on your local computer. And I will push all the stuff from my local database to Azure database. Just click on next. It is communicating with the server, and right after the communication channel is built, we are unable to transfer our information to there. So now it's available. You just have to select what kind of comparison you want to do. And now it is doing comparison. We don't need this stuff. We don't need this stuff. And this and this. Okay, now comparison worked. And it is loading. Okay, behind the scene it's working, but it is taking a load. So I'm going to close this and initiate the other one. Okay, yeah, it's compared, and nothing found there. Okay, it's mean it's already there. Just I have to add something. I have to add development environment, and I have to add this thing or this environment variable in my live environment. So I will go to configuration, and here I first of all I have to add the settings, which is this, and the variable to this value. Click OK, save this. As soon as it gets saved, when you refresh this, you have another view, okay, like this. So you have to apply these migrations. I have just clicked this, applied, and this is the home page which is deployed like this. So this is our application successfully deployed to Azure, and we also have connected this with database. Now our database connection is although built, and now if we compare this, we have comparison of databases. Like before this, there is no table was found, but now the table is found, and here you can see you are comparing this stuff. Okay, so there is no compare found and there is no data to be changed. So we are successfully done with the Azure. As you have seen that we have worked with the authorization filter and add that into all the controllers to make them secure and to only access them via login user. And we also removed the registration part from the live version which we have deployed on the Azure, so no one can access that without the new update. In the next video we work on this kind of stuff and to make our login and registration strong so anyone can utilize that in the live production version. We have utilized the Azure free app services and database to host our application online, which you can access through the link which is given below the video. And if you have any kind of question regarding this, you can ask us. And don't forget to subscribe the Engineering Projects YouTube channel. You are supporting us from a long time and I really appreciate that. So please share this video with your technical friends and tech geeks and support us. Take care. Bye bye.